in order to create knowledge, you have to ask questions that haven't been asked before.
I have the chance to see the scholarships that are given out of the graduate school in relatively modest amounts, and that's what we want to expand. The seeds of research that comes out of the University of Colorado and similar institutions like that is the future of the United States. That's exciting.
A few years ago, I identified what I thought was an important need for our graduate students on campus. There were resources available to support their independent research projects, but the sums of money were quite small. And I kept hearing about graduate students who had projects that needed funding at a more substantial level than we were then able to provide. And so, as a pilot, I began offering Dean's Research Grants. And these could be up to $10,000.
I have seen oftentimes where a graduate student has an original new idea of their own, but they don't have the funding to pursue it. And that's what this endowment that we're trying to establish will help do. And so when I was asked to be involved, it was an easy decision to make.
What I want to create is a better understanding of how women, especially in industrializing and developing countries, make space for themselves within education, within the public sphere, and create a better life for themselves in terms of decision making around marriage, childbearing, cessation of education. Really what this money provides is a richness to the research that's just going to improve the quality of it and allow me to be the best scholar I can be.
I think what inspired me to get into diplomatic history broadly was just an interest of how nations relate to each other and a desire to know what factors influence why nations have the relationships they have with each other and what their priorities are depending on their political makeup and so on. In a way, it's very liberating because funding is always a major consideration when it comes to academic work, and I think the money that I received for that award is going to be instrumental in me finishing my dissertation.
I'm really interested in answering and exploring how societies are organized and how societies in general accomplish jobs as efficiently as they do. And to do that, I use honeybees, and I use a particular behavior called fanning behavior that they do to cool down their colony during the summertime. I've been planning this experiment since I started, and 4 years ago. So I have just been this has been marinating in my head. I've been hoping that I could get to it, and the Dean's Research Grant has allowed me to start planning this research, and it will allow me to travel and buy all of the supplies that I need.
The graduate school has produced Nobel laureates that we have, and the graduate students are supporters in research of those Nobel laureates. And who knows how many more Nobel laureates we'll have that'll come out of the graduate student population.
This kind of philanthropy can support particularly that independent original research that so many of our graduate students want to do, and that will give them the opportunity to go on to make even greater discoveries later in their careers.
Anyone who's thinking about donating can rest assured that any graduate student has a project in mind and will use this to do this project that they have dreamed about doing.
I know that this award will help both broaden and deepen the quality of research all the recipients will be able to make, and also make a positive impact at CU-Boulder and the communities in which we do our research.
Thank you for allowing me to conduct my research and to help me strive towards my goals of being a professional scholar.
I give my special thanks for your insight and your vision in contributing to graduate research in the graduate school. To those who are thinking about a gift, I say thank you in advance, hoping that you will join these others in making this important contribution to higher education and to all of our future. Thank you.